Hello everyone, welcome to Neso Academy. Till now we have seen arithmetic operators that perform mathematical operations and logical operators that perform logical operations. But in digital design, comparison is also very important to check if two values are equal, whether one value is greater than another, or whether a condition is true or false. And to perform all these comparisons, VHDL provides relational operators. And in this lecture, we will understand what are relational operators. So, let's start the lecture. Now, we all know what are operators. Operators are symbols or keywords used to perform operations on data values. And in VHDL, there are 6 main VHDL operators, out of which we have already understood arithmetic operators and logical operators. Now, in this lecture, we will understand all types of relational operators. Now, relational operators. Relational operators are used to compare two values or signals. That is, with the help of relational operators, we can compare two values or two signals. In simple words, relational operators are used to compare two operands, and the result is always true or false, a Boolean value. So, the result of relational operation is always true or false. Means, if condition is satisfied, then return true value, and if condition is not satisfied, then return false value. And in VHDL, there are 6 relational operators. First, equal to operator, represented by equal to symbol. Second, not equal to operator, represented by / equal to symbol. Third, less than operator, represented by less than symbol. Fourth, greater than operator, represented by greater than symbol. Fifth, less than or equal to operator, represented by less than equal to symbol. And the last, greater than or equal to operator, represented by greater than equal to symbol. And in this lecture, we will understand each of them. Let's start with equal to operator. The first relational operator, equal to operator, represented by equal to symbol. As the name suggests, equal to operator checks whether two values are equal or not. That is, equal to operator compares two different values and determine whether they are equal or not. Let's understand this using an example. For that, I am taking two signals, A and B, as integer data type and assigning a fixed value 10. That is, signal A is equal to 10 and signal B is also equal to 10. Now, I want to perform equal to operation on these two signals and store the result inside another signal, example EQ, which is of Boolean data type. That is, this signal EQ will either be true or false. Now let's see how to perform equal to operation using equal to symbol. Here I am writing A equal to B. That is, I am comparing signal A with signal B. Now signal A is equal to 10 and signal B is also equal to 10. Therefore, I will assign A equal to B inside this signal EQ, and this signal EQ will return true value because both A and B are equal to 10. So I hope you understand how to use this equal to operator. Now let's see second operator, not equal to operator, represented by / equal to symbol. Not equal to operator checks whether two values are different, just opposite to equal to operator. Not equal to operator compares two different values and determine whether they are different or not. Now considering the same two signals A and B, where A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 10. Now I want to perform not equal to operation on these two signals. For that, I am considering signal any with Boolean data type to store the result. Now I will write the operation using forward slash equal to symbol. Here I am assigning A not equal to B inside this signal NE. Now A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 10, which means this signal NE will return false value because A and B are not different, they are equal. So I hope you understand how to use not equal to operator. Let's see third relational operator, less than operator, represented by less than symbol. Less than operator checks whether the left value is smaller than the right value. Means less than operator compares two different values and determine whether the left value is smaller compared to the right value. Now let's understand this using the same two signals A and B. A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 10. Now I want to perform this less than operation. For that, I am taking signal LT with Boolean data type to store the result. Now this operation A less than B means I am comparing A with B using less than symbol and assigning the value inside this signal LT. In this case, LT will return false because A and B both are 10. So this is less than operator. Now let's see greater than operator, represented by greater than symbol. Greater than operator checks whether the left value is greater than the right value. Means greater than operator compares two different values and determine whether the left value is greater than the right value. Now let's see how to write this operation using greater than symbol. For that, I am taking signal GT to store the result and writing the operation A greater than B and storing the result inside this GT signal. Now, A is 10 and B is 10, which means GT will return false, which indicates A is not greater than B. So, this is greater than operator. So far, we have seen 4 different operators and I hope you understand all of them. Let's see the fifth operator, less than or equal to operator, represented by less than equal to symbol. Less than or equal to operator checks whether a value is less than or equal to another value. Means checking two conditions. First, whether a value, to be specific, whether a left value is less than the right value. And the second condition is to check whether both values are equal or not. Now let's see how to use this less than or equal to operation using less than equal to operator, considering the same two signals A and B, where A is 10 and B is also 10. Now I am taking signal LE to store the result and let's perform the operation of A less than equal to B. Now in this case, LE will return true because one of the two conditions, both values should be equal, are satisfied. Here A is equal to 10 and B is also equal to 10. So I hope you understand how to use less than or equal to operator in operations. Now let's see the last operator, greater than or equal to operator, represented by greater than equal to symbol. Greater than or equal to operator checks whether a value is greater than or equal to another value. Again, two conditions. First, whether a value, to be specific, whether a left value is greater than the right value. And the second condition is to check whether both values are equal or not. Now, I will take signal GE to store the result and let's consider the same two signals A and B. Let's write the operation as A greater than equal B and store the result inside this GE signal. Now, in this case, GE will return true because both A and B are equal to 10, which satisfies this condition, equal to another value. So, I hope you understand all 6 relational operators because they are mainly used in if conditions, loops and decision making, which are very important. So, we are done with this topic of relational operators, which means we are done with this lecture. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.